And then what? Oh. I look very fat at this angle.
Where's Shope?
That shithead's late. Hey, it's the Bigun Rick show.
Are we live?
Live. It's live automatically.
Jeez.
So we schedule it so right at 1 o'clock, whether we're sitting here or not, that sucker's gonna go live. So
No kidding.
So hold your tongue.
So we're waiting on. This is the Bigun Rick show. That's Bigun, and I'm Rick. And
I am Rick Jack.
You are Rick Jack. You can have Rick. He's worthless. So we're going to have John Shope on the phone today. I talked to his office manager a while ago.
Big Mama.
Yeah, here he comes. He's coming in. Coming in hot. Here comes John. Coming in hot. So hold on. You're fixing to split screens here.
Ducky. Oh, hey, it's the shithead in the flesh.
Start out with this.
What did he say?
Let me start out with this.
Hey, you learned your lesson, hadn't you?
I have.
No more. Hey, how come half my head's cut off? Here I am.
You wanted to sit over there.
No, are you on? You're on your cell phone?
Yeah, I didn't know how to do it, bro. So this is the best I could do. I'm surprised my guys got this handle, but they pulled it off.
You should ask Big Mama. She would have had you set up in a flash.
She's at home doing dishes and mopping.
Oh yeah, right.
That's because y'all got a bunch of kids.
Hey, what about what's that? You got a painting behind you of that bike.
Yeah, that's the Chrome King.
That's out of all the bikes you've ever done. That's a bagger style. That's always my favorite one.
You know why? Because it's crazy paint on your bike.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It is. It's crazy. So who owns that bike now?
You know, I sold it to a guy in Canada.
Huh.
He won't get rid of it.
Right.
I actually have a picture of me sitting on it in the back when we were in Sturgis.
Yeah.
Hey, the AC just kicked on. Is that bothering it?
No. So what's going on in the Dirty Bird world?
The Dirty Tails are doing really good. For some reason, this Covoy thing made our internet sales just skyrocket. I think everybody's at home buying shit that they shouldn't.
Good.
Well, they got that stimulus money, you know. They're getting that government cheese that they got to blow.
And everybody's at home and they're bored and they're like, "What else can I do?" So that's a good thing.
I had a Covoy sale.
Covoy.
And what'd you?
Stimulus sale.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
I get your email. I don't know how I'm signed up, but I get your emails. You send them out like 3 times a week.
Yeah. So I came on the show to talk shit. Is that what we do here?
Yes.
That's what you do.
I got Corey Souza list stuff, and I'm just trying to think. I get along with everybody now, so I'm trying to think who I can talk shit about.
Well, that's a small miracle if you get along with everybody.
I know. I don't think Roland Sands likes me, so
there you go.
You know what I'm saying? I sling a little shit over his way, but
I don't ever get to. I haven't seen Roland Sands in so long. Have you?
You know what? I've been racing flat track, and every once in a while I'll bump into him there. And
right.
The last time I seen him, I didn't think he was that good of a rider, but man, he was laying it down up at the Buffalo Chip.
Right.
That doesn't really sound like I'm talking shit about him, but
well, you remember he was a professional rider for a while.
He was getting him down. I mean, I was jealous.
Yeah. No, he at one time I know he was a good rider, and he's a good guy too.
Yeah, no, he's a good guy.
Yeah. So the Dirty Tails are doing good. How's Big Mama and him?
She's doing good. She's chief now. She made chief. She's got 2 years until she retired. We ended up down. This is some personal stuff. We ended up downsizing our house in Phoenix and buying a smaller one. It's still big, and we bought a house right on the lake in Parker, Arizona. So we got the wakeboard boat, and every weekend we go out there with the kids and they jet ski. I had to get rid of my big old DCB, that big twin engine boat, but I'm all right with it.
So So the other day on Mother's Day, all Big Mama wanted was to sleep with the baby, and she got to do it.
Yeah.
So what's
And then I tried to extend my Father's Day for 2 days. You know, I had one day and I said, hey, they just put a thing across the internet saying that Father's Day is extended for 2 days. And she didn't go for it.
She wasn't buying it?
Nope.
Okay, so you have Coop, Cash, and what's the other one's name?
Colton. He's actually here. He works here at the shop now.
Oh, good.
I got him slave, and I drag him to the gym with me every morning.
Good.
And then he comes in and works. Yeah, he's 14.
So Colton's the oldest, and then it's Cash, and then Coop.
Cash, middle name Money. And then Cooper's the littlest one.
Sweet.
Man, they're growing so fast, man. I'm bummed out because I can't go in and hug Cole and, you know, tickle him, and you know what I mean. I feel weird. He's a grown man with hair on his head.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the other kids are, you know, I go in and mess with them, monkey wrap them and stuff.
Well, you know, but what you want to find, it's just the same way with Lena. You know, I mean, no matter how old they are, they're still your babies. You know,
Yeah.
so that never changes. But it is
You missed the little part when you came home and they ran to you, Dad. You know, you missed that part.
Yeah, I tell people that when she was a kid, my kids were little, we lived on 3 acres of land.
Yeah.
And I had this long, it's probably around 70 yards long driveway, and it had that pea gravel on it.
Yeah.
So I'd come pulling in on my Blazer. I'd come pulling in, and she'd come running. You know, she'd be 3, and she'd come running up to the truck, and I'd say, hold on, let Daddy park the truck. And I'd open that truck door, and she'd grab my leg and just squeeze so hard, and then whatever your problems were all gone.
Yeah. Damn, dude, I think a little sand blew in when you was talking about it.
I'm telling you, it's well, me and you talked about some of that stuff in Sturgis last year.
Yeah.
Are you going to Sturgis this year?
Yeah, so what I'm doing is, for all the cops that are listening, I'm going to let my kid bike at Sturgis. And he's only 14, but dude, he's been riding dirt bikes. He's a badass rider. It's not going to be, you know, down to the bars and all that, but I mean, we're going to go for some rides and stuff. And he's so excited. He can't. Right when I told him I was going to do it, I couldn't take it back.
Right.
And then I said, but if your mom says no, you know what I mean, then it's off. And
Don't do that to her.
I called her right in front of him. She goes, yeah, that's fine. And I'm like, huh? You know, I didn't think she'd go for it, of all people.
So what's the distance from Phoenix to Sturgis?
No, you know what we're doing is I'm having the bike shipped there. We're flying in. I ain't letting him ride from here.
Okay.
Once we're in Sturgis, we'll go up to Mount Rushmore and do
Good
stuff, you know, away from. I'm not going to let him ride no big pack or nothing.
Right.
But I mean, he's a really good rider, super good rider.
Right.
So any of you cops want to try to catch us, get with it.
Boy, there's the shit talking right there. Pops.
Hey, I got a quick story for Deadwood. So we were filming that Chopper Challenge show years ago, and it was pouring down rain. I ran and got the rental car. We ate at that Kevin Costner's restaurant. You probably ate there already.
Yeah.
And I pulled the e-brake and spun the car around right on Main Street. No one was there. And so everyone was getting in going, dude, I didn't know you could drive like that. And I said, yeah, you know, whatever. And all of a sudden, woo! So the cop comes up to the window and says, get in the car. He puts me in the front seat of the car, and he hands me an envelope. And he says, I need you to put $350 in that envelope. And I said, for what? He goes, for that stunt you just pulled. I said, really? I go, well, what if I go do it again? He goes, $350. So then I said, how about if I lean over and whip your ass? I go, how much is that? And it was the fucking funniest thing, dude. He went, it was almost like he was, because I'm in the front seat, like he was going to grab for his gun or whatever. And then he busted out laughing and he goes, I don't know how much that is. I wish I had a camera right then, dude. I don't even know why I said it. But he was kind of being cool, you know. So I said, well, how much is it if I lean over and whip your ass?
Well, you know, most of the cops there, you know, they bring them from other states and stuff. Yep. And so a lot of them are motorcycle enthusiasts, and most of them are pretty cool. You know, so you must have got, for you to say that, you must have got the vibe that he was a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he was kind of being cool, you know. I was feeling him out for a second, you know.
I got another story for you. One day, me and you were in Withrow's party there, you know, at the Black Hills Choppers, which is now gone, but it was a cool deal. And me and you were sitting there talking, and there was, you know, it's an industry deal, so there's a bunch of guys from the industry, and
hey, am I sitting up too close?
No, you're fine. No, you're fine. So you're ugly, whatever distance, it don't matter.
I want to look younger.
I wouldn't worry about it.
How about that?
That's good, John. That's good.
Thank you. Okay, go on with the story.
So you were sitting there, and you had built I don't remember, maybe it was your first dirty tail or something, and you're just bragging and telling me all the cool stuff. And then we talked like 10 minutes, and then we shook hands, and you wandered off. And one of the guys in the industry said, "Hey, Rick," I was sitting there listening to you talk to Shope, and I said, "Yeah." He said, "How can you listen to that blowhard? All he does is he sits there and he brags on himself, and he tells you how tough he is." And I said, "Okay, well, he does good stuff, and he probably is pretty tough. What do I care?" I don't even remember who it was, but it was somebody from the industry. And I said, you know, when somebody does that, and lots of people do that, you know, when they do that, I just say, man, you got it going on, you know, whatever it is. But that's what I told them. That's what I told that guy. I said, he does have it going on. You know, this is when you were young and just getting cranked up really good, you know.
When you were young.
Well, younger.
There's a guy that says, where is he?
Well, you reading the comment?
Dan Musetti, yell at Bessler, there's a terrible clicking noise. I hear it too. Do y'all not hear this?
I hear the
clicking. So maybe turn down your volume.
My volume?
Yes. Just a little.
Damn, dude, move back out of that screen.
Shut up, Shope.
10 years from moving forward to back.
Yeah. So, so you've got one of your cool bikes. Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
Oh, it's on your end.
They're a tune. They can live with it. They can tune out.
So, you got one of your cool bikes next to mine in the Sturgis Hall of Fame Museum.
Lucky you.
No, it's pretty cool.
I'm so excited.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, Keith Terry is doing such a good job at, putting that all together. You know what I'm doing right now is I got a space for one of Jesse Rook's bikes in there.
Okay.
Keith set him aside a place. What's the lady's name?
Emma.
So, but I keep calling Jack Stubbs, and I keep calling another friend of Jesse's, and one guy has like 5 of Jesse's bikes. I said, just give me a bike. We can swap it out when the attorney stuff's done, and Jesse's daughter's bike, we can put her bike in there and it can stay there, the Rockstar bike or whatever. But I'm just trying to get his bike in that spot for him and get it done before Sturgis. Any one of Jesse's bikes. It'll just be temporary because that legal crap's going on with the one that his daughter owns or whatever.
Right. And so what's the latest on that? How old is his daughter? Is only like 10 or 12, ain't she?
Yeah. It can sit there till she'll probably just let it sit there forever, I would imagine. That's her dad's legacy,
Right. But,
when I saw that big statue out at the Full Throttle, I was thinking about running head on into a semi so I could get me one of them statues.
The Arlen Ness one?
No, the Jesse Rook one.
He's got an Arlen Ness one he's doing too.
How neat.
I saw Indian Larry's and Jesse's, and I was like, man, I'm just going to take myself out today so I can get me one of them statues.
What about poor old Cash and them?
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't do it.
So you say you don't want your kids to grow up. How great is it being a grandpa when they open the front door and they just run in and you hear the whole straight into grandpa's office?
Yeah, I can see when they pull up outside. I can see them on camera, and I can see that door. fly open, and then I can hear them kids squealing all the way down the hallway to Grandpa's office.
And then he kicks them.
You're all to get ready for him to come.
Yeah, I got to brace myself to get ready for a battle.
That's awesome.
They're 3 and 5, so they touch everything in my office, and everything they touch is either moved or on the floor or greasy. They put their little greasy, sticky hands on everything. You know how it goes.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
So are you excited about getting to see the Sturgis Rally with your bike in the museum and being part of all that?
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to let my son experience, like when we pull up somewhere, someone always says, hey, there's John or whatever. Can I get a picture? Or whatever. So
right.
See him experience how many people know me and stuff too. And he's super proud already. But I mean, it's pretty cool. If any of the kids follow in my footsteps, it'll be him.
Right.
Like he's building a 68 Charger right now. Him and I are doing it together. And I mean, he's out there wrenching. We got one of those blower bikes we're doing. We just fired it up, and he won't miss nothing to do with engines or whatever. So I'm pretty excited that he likes it, because the other kids don't want nothing to do with it yet.
Yeah, but they're young. They're younger than him, so you don't know when that'll take off. But it's good to know that he wants to do what the old man's doing. And plus, he also he'll get to see a different side of the old man when you're in your element.
Whip his ass. That's the side he'll see.
Yeah.
Hey, so I go in there and lay on this red couch. Some of you people that have been by my shop probably have caught me laying on there, checking emails or sleeping or whatever, right in my showroom. And someone out there the other day, and he's in my spot. And I said, listen, dude, get your ass back out there in the shop. You're just because you're the owner's son, you don't have couch privileges. Get your ass up. I laid right down in the spot.
Right. Well, you should, because they can't they can't just take what the old man has done. They've got to earn their own way. Same with her.
Yeah. So yesterday, here's an example. Some money came in, and I gave everybody $100. I do it all the time. If some cash comes in for something I did or whatever, and I gave him $40, and he said, "What?" He goes, "What's up with that? Everyone else got $100." And I said, "Dude, you're part-time broom sweeping. You're the bottom of the totem pole. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to. I don't want. Here's $100 for you. He's only been working here 2 weeks, dude. He's lucky he got anything, but he was happy to get it. So I'm trying to do it right, Rick. I could give them whatever they want, but I noticed they started to not appreciate it. Like he'd get a new dirt bike, or you know what I mean, or whatever, and I started noticing that they just start expecting stuff. So we cut them off on that shit.
It's tough to do, because you want your kids to have it better than you.
Exactly.
And you want them to have it easier than you, but at the same time,
it ruins them.
It can ruin them. Absolutely can.
Look at Lena.
Yeah, it ruined her.
Every time I pick the kids up from school, they say, "Do you have a present for us?" I'm like, seriously,
all right.
Every day? Like, what makes you think I have a present for you?
When you go to the store, they expect something.
Yep. All right, I do have a present for you.
So what about the hamster thing? You still been hanging around and doing the hamster deal?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I mean, this is my second year. I could get put in this time. I asked Grady, I said, "Hey, am I getting in or what?" And he goes, "That's a secret." And I'm like, come on.
He's a tough one.
Yeah. No, they won't tell you. But when it does happen, whether it's this year or next year, whenever, it'll be a moment that you never forget.
It took you a few years to get in.
Yeah. It took me 3 years, I think.
I told Grady, I said, "Listen," I said, "I'm just observing all the hamsters, and man, they're getting old." I said, "You guys better start recruiting some younger guys. Like Hoffman got in, he's younger. I'm super young. If they let me,
yeah, Grandpa.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Well, I'm young at heart."
Oh, young at heart.
Just
Yeah.
because you have little kids doesn't mean you're young.
Yeah, but and I told him, I said there needs to be more burnouts and more wheelies, and you know what I mean. We can't just be the old man with the yellow shirts, dude. We need to have a presence. And he's all, well, I don't know about that, and he might. Maybe I don't get in now.
Well, but you know, I mean, you got the good thing is you got guys like Max Ness and Zach, and you know, and some young guys like Hoffman and some of those guys. So that's a good thing. But you know what? I'm going to give you my opinion of kind of what's happening in the industry. You know, that Harley has been flourishing for the past 40 or 50 or 60 years because of the baby boomers.
Yeah.
Now the baby boomers are aging out. You know, some of them are dying. Some of them are getting so old that they can't ride. They got bad knees, bad hips, whatever. And so less of the baby boomers are riding. And so the sales of new Harley Davidsons around the country are way down.
Yeah.
And it's the young people, you know, when John Shope grew up and I grew up, we were always outside. You were only in the house if you were eating or sleeping grounded. Other than that, you were outside all the time. How many kids do you see outside riding a bicycle in your neighborhood?
Yeah, they're all video gamers. Yeah,
they're all inside of electronic stuff. And so most kids, unless they have an attachment to a parent or somebody that rides, have no desire to ride. And the ones that do, they don't want to ride a Harley. That's what all the old men like John Shope ride.
Hey, the other thing is Indians nipping at their heels. So, I mean, Indian took a bite out of their sales. You know, if Indian wasn't around, you know, Harley, you know, maybe they wouldn't be doing great, but they'd be doing
better,
a lot better than they are right now because I got to tell you, I see a lot of Indians out there.
Right. Yeah, no, it's, you know, Indians definitely got a presence, that's for sure.
My friend Jody Perowitz just got an Indian Challenger.
Yeah, I've seen that. I tried to send her some bags and stuff, but she had already started dating on her stock stuff.
Well, she was itching to get it dirty and so as soon as it hit the floor, she was already tearing it apart, painting it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So what do you see? What do you see happening in the industry, John?
I mean, I unfortunately, as time goes by, I don't think it's in the next 5 years, but I think down the road that it's going to dwindle down. Just because of the kids that are growing up and no interest. I don't think Harley's going to come up with some electric bike that's going to make everybody want to make all kinds of parts for them and stuff. I think it's going to get smaller and smaller. That's my opinion. It makes me sad to say that, but honestly,
you know, I don't know what Harley does. I mean, obviously they bought Buell and they tried to make that appeal to the young people. It didn't work. And they tried the V-Rod, and V-Rod was a great bike, but they just couldn't get it to sell. That didn't work. Then they tried the Street 750 and the 500, you know, and from what I understand, maybe overseas they're selling, but in the United States, I don't know what else they do. A $30,000 electric bike ain't the answer.
Right.
So.
But you know what? I'm a motor guy, so I want to hear that thing idling, and I want some power. I can't just have a battery, you know, even if it is faster. I don't want it.
I rode when I was a Victory dealer years ago, we were in Las Vegas, and a bunch of us rode the Victory Impulse, which was the electric bike.
Yeah.
I was in the very front of the crowd, and so we're riding through these residential streets to get to the highway. And as you're going down the residential street, I remember there was a man and lady standing there, and the lady was watering the yard, and the man was talking to her, and you could hear what they were saying. You're going by on your motorcycle, and you can hear them talking in the front yard. It was, and when you stopped at a red light, I'm thinking, you don't know if the damn thing's running or not. You don't know if you give it gas, if it's going to do nothing.
Do you are a believer in loud bikes save lives?
Yes.
I've never tried one out. Hey, so for Sturgis, I'm having 2 bikes shipped to the Holiday Inn. I'm not going to ride this year. I rode the last 2 years, but just because of my kid or whatever. And then when we get there, we can do all the events and everything. And I got a Dyna S for him, and then I'm going to bring that Panhead Dirty Tail.
Oh, cool.
Graffiti one. I'm almost thinking I need to bring a 3rd bike because if that thing craps out on me, you know what I mean? I'll have nothing.
Right. Do you want to ride with me and Bigun one day? You and Colt?
That would be awesome.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be cool.
We have no schedule. We're going to cruise out here. I was thinking about doing a Dirty Tail show. I don't know if they'll let us because of the rules, and I was going to have everybody go out to the Full Throttle and just do a cash prize. Have Corey bring all. There's 5 or 6 hamsters that are getting Dirty Tails made right now, which is really makes me proud. You know, and there's a few that have Corey. He's been busting them out, and it's starting to take off. And we've done a lot. My showroom's full of them. They're all sold. They ride. You haven't ridden one yet. You guys once you ride one with the bagger, front end on it, and then the Dyna, Road King, whatever you want to call it, the Dirty Tail ass end. It's like a stripped down. I can't even explain it, but man, even with that 26-inch wheel, they just ride like you can't believe. You could ride it all long, and they're counterbalanced. They don't shake. It's just a cool. I'm super proud of that bike.
And so you're doing those on soft tails, right? You're turning the soft tail into that.
Exactly, and we almost have all the parts done for the 18 and up. I wasn't going to do it because Harley fixed the suspension. After 17, the new monoshock they put up in there really rides good, but a lot of people want the look. So
right.
I went ahead and made the swing arm and the shocks. HHI is making a net kit, and there's I can't think of his name. He's got a weld-on net kit almost done. So the 18 and ups are going to be able to be made into Dirty Tails too.
So you sell that whole kit, John, for the 17?
All the parts, everything. Some guys will skip the big wheel and they'll just do the ass end, to make it ride better.
Right.
Make it look like an old pan or whatever. There's so many ways you can do it. We've done a few with the fat tire, the Fat 23.
Right.
We call them Dirty Tail Fats or whatever, but they're just incredible bikes. You saw the one Big Mama was riding last, just a turbo one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The orange black one, yeah.
So Pete Martin wants to know what's the Dirty Tail for people that don't know.
Oh, so you take a soft tail and you rip out all the failed Harley suspension that they made with them shocks underneath there. Worst design ever. And you replace it with our swing arm, which is kind of like a Dyna or a Road King swing arm, and the shocks get mounted outboard. So it looks like an old, when you first glance at it, it looks like an old shovel or an old panhead. Right. And then in the front, we cut the neck off, and HHI or American Suspension makes a 26 neck kit, but it uses touring trees, which puts the tubes behind the neck, and the ride of the touring trees is unmatched. And then the soft tail has the tubes at the front of the neck, as you know, and those bikes just ride like shit stock. And I'm talking about from 1988 to 2017. Worst riding bike ever.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just being honest. Sorry, Harley.
Well, and it's also the I think the big selling point of it is not so much the way it rides, is the way it looks.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do the fishtails. You could do short pipes, make it like a hot rod. We did nostalgic ones. We did some paneled Cholo style bikes. If you look in my gallery, you'll see a lot of the bikes that we've done. And if you look at Corey's website, he's done 5 or 6 of them that are really, really nice bikes.
Right.
Not as nice as mine, though. Cool.
I think that's probably the hottest style going right now is the Dirty Tail.
Yeah, I mean, what else is there to do? You could do a chopper. You ain't going to want to ride it long. Or you could do, the performance bagger thing is pretty hot now, too.
Yeah.
But I'm not into it. But I do want to say, for Speed Kings and West Coast T-Bars and Kraus, I'm making a cap right now. So when they put the T-bars on, they're just drilling holes in the top of their plastic where the gauge is, or they're getting rid of that piece and putting the gauges up on the T-bars. So I've got 2 new parts that are almost done where you just buy and it fits right in the factory place and cleans all that up. You get to use your original key switch and all your stuff. Actually, I don't know. This guy, I'm gonna have to give this guy a raise. So here's the part right here that we made.
Right. Okay.
See the holes for the T-bar?
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool.
So this first one just fits Speed Kings T-bars and West Coast Customs T-bars. The next one we make one of them will have gauges in here, and will work with anybody's risers and anybody's T-bars. And then we're going to make one with no gauges, because a lot of guys are putting the gauges up on the T-bar so they can see them.
Right.
So this is a pretty cool piece. You don't have to spend another $1,000 buying a top tree and trying to hide it. Man, dude, what made you come and grab that?
He wanted a raise.
He's looking for brownie points here.
You said that on camera. Now you got to give it to him.
So what's the landscape like with the COVID virus there in the Phoenix area?
So what happened was we had nobody, and then they closed up California. So all those shit bags came over here, and our bars were still open, and they all wore no masks and were, free, doing their thing or whatever. So now we're the highest spike in that shit.
Right.
Hey, Big D Dennis Stauber said, "Hey, that looks like the guy from Dirty Bird." Surprise!
So are they making y'all? Are y'all having
Dirty Bird but younger?
No.
Sure that you didn't misread that?
Yeah.
No, one of them said, "What does this one say?" Hey, Rick.
Make this up, Rick.
I'm reading it right here. Hey, Rick, that's very nice of you to have your dad on for Father's Day.
You should have put your glasses on to read it.
That ain't what it said. It probably said your son.
Probably.
Hey, I'm gonna try to get. This is my powder coat guy. I hope he's watching. Maybe I can get me a price reduction. Liquid Love.
Liquid Love.
Coating of our pipes and stuff. I hope maybe the price can come down a little.
Who does your painting, John?
I have an in-house guy who is just as good as the other two, but man, I need more than one person. So I've got Steve-O McLaughlin Auto Arts up there. He does paint jobs for me, and then I've got Eric at Liquid Love, he painted the Chrome King. He's been my painter forever. And then we've got a bunch of airbrush artists in town, Matt, and I just use whoever's ready, I try to use my guy, but he's a one-man show. He can't keep up.
Right, yeah.
Who
did that painting? Who did the painting behind you?
Liquid Love.
No, the painting behind
that's
you.
A picture, probably.
No, it's a
canvas. They took a picture and then they made they made 3 canvases of it.
Okay.
And, stapled them around it. But yeah.
I thought it was pretty nice. I thought maybe you could take one of my choppers, and for Father's Day, you could do one for one of my bikes for me.
Yeah. All I need is a good picture of it. Father's Day is over, but we can think of another holiday if you make it to the next one.
Oh, there's always.
Wait, no, Father's Day is extended, remember?
Yeah.
Did you hear me said think of another holiday in case you make it to one?
Actually, you would have to give him something for Father's Day.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, pal. So you got anything else you want to talk about, John?
I actually want to add something. So this is kind of off topic, but since you were talking about pole riding going with you to Sturgis, even though y'all are going to fly, I have a guy on my Facebook, a friend of mine named Steve, and he said, I know I'm going to catch a lot of flack for this, but does anybody have a 2-bike trailer? This is my dad's last year. He's 62. He and I are going to trade their whole way. And you know what people said? They came up and they said, oh, man, you What's can't ride the whole way, and that's the whole point of it. And he said, I'd like to bond with my dad since this is his last year. And I thought, some of my best and funniest memories are riding to and from Sturgis in the pickup with Dad. Like,
Well,
good for him.
Hey, why doesn't that guy stop by my shop and I'll give him the real lowdown on that shitty comment he made.
Right. Yeah. No, that's
That's great.
That's the guy that says you ain't shit if you don't ride. That guy's about 90 years old now.
Well, I mean, it's whenever say we wouldn't be able to talk. We're exhausted by the time we get there. I mean, it's just.
Well, this year in Sturgis, John, will be 34 years in a row for me.
Yep.
And I've ridden up there a bunch of times, but being in the industry, I carry a bunch of bikes up there. Plus, I carry some bikes up there for a couple of customers too. Absolutely. So it's just like with you. Even though you say that it's just gonna be you and your son, and you have no agenda, you're like me. When you stop at a gas station, hey, there's John Shope. Oh my, hey John, can I get my? That's part of who you are and what you do, and you're promoting your business when you're doing that. And it's the same way with me. If I go get something to eat, I'm sitting there doing this and taking pictures with people, and that's part of the business, and obviously we enjoy doing it. Because we're not only promoting our businesses, we're promoting motorcycles,
Absolutely. Yep. You're absolutely right.
So I think it's great that y'all are flying up there and y'all are going together.
Yeah, I think Sarah, my big mom, she'll probably fly in for a few days and fly back out.
Right.
Would she? So are you going to bring something for her to ride, or should she just ride with you?
I don't know. I see if I could borrow a bike or something. Or I might fly. I might just have 3 bikes brought in. I need a geezer glide, so when me and Cole go to Mount Rushmore or whatever, I don't want to ride that panhead all the way over there. I mean, I can, but dude, you know what I mean? When you get older, I want that backrest behind me and those highway pegs. I want to listen to the stereo. I'm a princess.
I hope I never get that. I hope I never get that old. Years ago, probably about 15, 20 years ago, my wife begged me to take her to Mount Rushmore. And I'd seen it like 5 times. She said, take me to Mount Rushmore. And I said, honey, it's a long way. Just take me, she said. And I had the tattoo bike there. And she said, I'll ride on the back of the tattoo bike, which is a rigid frame, and for her feet are, way up in the air she said, I don't mind. So I said, okay. So we rode all the way up there and all the way back on the tattoo bike. Oh, she was in bad shape the next couple of days after that.
Hey, the good thing is, any more of them dumb ideas she has.
Yeah, yeah. So it wasn't. It was like the next year. She said, "Listen, do you mind if I don't go to Sturgis with you? Because it's just you and your buddies hanging out and talking." And I'm like, "Oh no, honey, I don't mind. Thank you, Lord. Thank you."
You know your wife watches this.
She knows. She knows.
Maybe she missed this episode. She heard I was going to be on there.
So
probably.
So instead of shithead Shope, it's Princess Shope.
She calls you shithead because that time you put shithead on your name badge. Remember?
It was like Cincinnati or something. I said, "Did you see his name badge?" And so Dad went over there and looked at it. And he said, "Did you see that, Bigun? It says shit." I said, yeah.
I think that was the Harley.
It was
convention or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Shithead Shope.
All right,
I don't think they like me much anyway, but what they should look at it different, because just think how many people went and bought Harleys, put my parts on them. I mean, I've made them a lot of sales. So you guys are, I mean, no matter if you like me personally or not, you gotta like what I've done for Harley.
Well, and I think that to me, the Dirty Tail is the coolest thing you've done. I mean, I think that's really cool stuff. I mean, the whole bagger thing and all that's cool too.
Well, it went far.
It did. I mean,
when it first started, Rick, with the 23-inch wheel and the 4-inch bags, that was the perfect bike. You didn't need a chopper. You could drag it in the corners. and then it got longer and bigger wheels and wider tires, and just like the chopper. And then that's the death of the, you know, it happens every time. So I don't like where it went, but I'm super proud that I had a big part, or I started that big wheel thing, you know.
You know, the way I look at it is, you know, I mean, the 30-inch and the 32-inch baggers and all that, and the big long stretch.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not my thing. But me, John, and you don't see the old people riding it, you see the young people. So to me, if that's what it takes to get a young guy interested, I'm for it. I'm for it, man.
No, you're right. Or now the big thing is putting these giant stereos on.
I know.
I mean, it's hot. And if you look at my website, I have speaker lids, bolt-in pods, lowers. I mean, like you said, if that's what it takes. I'm not a big stereo guy. I like just a little stereo where I can listen to some music, some Merle Haggard or something, you know. You know who that is?
Yeah, do I know who it is? I'm from Texas, Jack. Yeah, I know who it is.
Anyway, but that's me. But you know what? If those, like you said, if those guys, performance baggers, I made that cap because I seen they needed that. So if I could fit in somewhere a little bit, I'm always going to change. I'm not going to be like Jesse James and just when the chopper dies, that's it. I'm not doing a bagger. And he went off into his other stuff. But you know, like Paul Yaffe, he evolved. You know what I mean? A lot of the ones that didn't evolve most of them didn't make it. Eddie Trotta hung on to the very end, and you know.
Now, so his shop, I know he sold. I think he still has the shop, right?
He sold it. He's got a little shop though, where he's just having fun in there, building a chopper here and there.
Right.
Eddie will build. If he's on his deathbed, he'll have a cart pulled up next to it, and he'll be wrenching on the side of his bed in his room on an engine or something. I mean, he just can't stop, no matter how much pain he's in, you know, and whatever. That guy is.
Right.
And it'll always be a chopper.
Yeah, no, and you know, Eddie Trott is, you know, obviously he's a legend in the industry, and he's had some health issues over the years, but you know what? He's steady Eddie, man. He's steady Eddie.
He just got a new Lamborghini. I'm jealous.
Right.
Yeah. So we were talking at the Hall of Fame. Him and I got inducted the same time, you know, 5 years ago into the Hall of Fame. And I told him what I was going to say, you know, what my speech was. He didn't have no speech. So they called him up before me, and that fucker stole my speech. So when I went up there, I said, well, you know, I had a speech, but Eddie stole it. And everybody started laughing. I said, I don't know what to say now. But you took my speech, dude.
Yeah, no, I was there when all that, and you did good. You did good. I remember when I got in, the first thing I said is, normally I wouldn't want to be a member of any club that would have me as a member, but in this case, I'll make the exception. You know, I was in Sturgis last year, and you know, I was riding my old shovelhead, my old 75 shovelhead, and I was sitting there, and Paul Yaffe pulls up and to the bike wash. You know, they set that bike wash out there, and so I was sitting out there just finishing up clean my bike, and he pulled up, and so I got on my shovelhead to leave, and I stopped, and I said, "There's old Paul Yaffe driving his $1 million bagger, and poor old Carolyn's got to drive old beat up shovelhead." And then I pulled off.
No, you didn't even wait for his wife.
No, didn't wait for his response. Didn't want it.
So
that left him hanging.
So this is something you're going to appreciate. Tim Keystone said, "What is with Bigun today? She's looking nicer than normal."
I think
you doll yourself up for me?
Huh?
She dolled herself up.
I finally washed my hair, I guess.
Did you?
Maybe it's because I'm not wearing my big bug glasses.
Maybe you look pretty in between two old men, I guess. That's probably the deal.
That ain't hard to do.
When do you get to Sturgis? What day?
I think I fly in. It's either Thursday night or Thursday afternoon or Friday afternoon. I'll text you and let you know.
Okay.
We get there Friday.
No.
Saturday.
Saturday morning we'll be there.
We leave here Friday morning.
That trailer you got with those semi wheels.
Yeah, I'll be in that.
Every time I walked outside, I just looked right over. I couldn't take my eyes off that thing.
That's a bad dude, man.
You need to post a picture of that thing, Rick, for people to see. That trailer is the baddest hauler.
It is.
That thing is just
So a few years ago, the story behind that trailer real quick is I have a buddy that's in the trailer business.
Yep.
So that's what he does is he custom builds like these stackers.
Yep.
He's done them for race teams, and he did one for Red Bull and big companies like that. So he called me about 3 or 4 years ago, and he said, and he's built all my trailers, but they're just normal trailers.
Yeah.
And he called me and he said, "Hey, there's a TV show called Blood Money. No, it's called Blood Money on the History Channel."
What did you say it was called?
Wreck my truck.
No, it's called Blood Money. And he said it's like Me and Her. It's a father and a daughter, or father and a son, and the father gives the son a challenge to do, and if they do it, they get part of the company. So these are the kids that are going to take over.
Yeah.
And you actually sign a contract with in his case, it was his nephew that was working for him. And so he said, "I want to build a trailer, a badass motorcycle trailer for you." And I said, his name is Teddy. I said, "Hold on a minute, Teddy. I don't really need a motorcycle trailer. I still have the other two that you built me, and they work great." And he said, "Well, Rick, I wasn't going to charge you for the trailer. I was going to build it for free." And I said, "I need a motorcycle trailer and a badass." So we did it through the TV show. So we put all this extra stuff on it, like the 22.5-inch wheels and all that. And it's got a killer stereo system.
LED lights.
Got
And
LED.
change color with the radio.
And it's all on airbags. Everything's on airbags. And so he built that for me. So the first year I had it, Yaffe fell in love with it. Paul's my buddy. I love Paul Yaffe. And then so he said, "When I get back, I'm going to order one. I'm going to order one. I'm going to order one." And I said, "Okay." So
let me stop you. And then you told him the price.
Then I told him the price, and he was out. He was out.
Yeah,
I told him the price. I said, "I'll make you a deal, but this stuff's it's not cheap." "Well, I don't care what the price is. Just tell me what the price is." And I told him, and he said, "Oh, forget it. I don't think the trailer that bad."
Yeah. Do I know Paul or what?
And he has more money than anybody in town, and he hoards it. He don't want to turn loose of it.
I think he's got a bunch of mason jars buried in his yard. I'm gonna get one of those metal detectors, dude, and go detect his grass. And he's gonna find a bunch of holes dug up in the morning.
Probably.
Even John Christner loved that trailer. Everybody loves the trailer.
It's a badass trailer.
You got to post a picture of that sometime.
Yeah. Actually, remind me, and I'll do that in the next couple of days.
Are you ever going to wrap it with white?
I've been wanting to paint it or do something crazy to it, but it's so clean looking, just white, that I'm afraid I'd mess up if I repaired it,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if you get a racing stripe on it or something, a black stripe. I don't know. There's something that would, doll it up a little, but don't do no tie-dye shit.
But you know me. If I do one little thing, then it'll explode into, looking like that bike behind me.
Right.
So I don't know whether to say thank you or not. Richard Levenberg said Bigun's cuter in person.
What happened?
We're talking about motorcycles, and all you can talk about is we don't care what they say about how.
Sound like a backhanded compliment. God, I'm gonna have to.
Hey, John, this is what happens when you have girls.
Yeah. You don't even care about the motorcycle comments or all the people saying John's a dick or whatever. She's just focused on you look pretty.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Let me change the subject. Guess what so and so said?
Yeah.
Hey, a compliment's a compliment,
All right, pal. So I appreciate you coming on the show today, John. And so for people to find your website. It's dirtybirdconcepts.com.
Sure.
Put it at the bottom.
Okay, yeah, we got it on the bottom now.
And then the Facebook page to follow us on Facebook. It's Dirty Bird. If you look up Dirty Bird, it'll say John Shope's Dirty Bird Concepts. That's our business page. There's like 500,000 followers on there.
Right.
I don't know how I did that, but
Do you still have anything that's sinister or no?
no, Sinister. Some other guy trademarked the word sinister. And that's the story on that. And years ago, he was in Vegas. He had a little mechanic shop. So he had an attorney buddy that I found out about, and I could tell what he was up to. We just had got the TV show, the first one. So I call him up and I said, hey, there's some other guys using that word sinister. Let sign it over so I can use it and only you, and I'll pay to get everybody else out of there, Sinister Wheels or whoever. And he goes no. And then I go, well, what do you want? And I was thinking, I'd give him $5,000 cash or something to let me use the word. And I told him I'd make him. I didn't give him the price, but I told him I'd make him the only one in Nevada that could sell my parts. And he comes back to me and he goes, after a couple of days, he goes, hey, how about $20,000 a month or $20,000 a year? And I said, hey, how about you kiss my ass? I hung up on him. So then he calls me back and he goes, what'd he say? He goes, hey, I'm reasonable. What are you thinking? And I said, I'm thinking I'm going to change my name to Dirty Bird. And I hung up on him again.
Right.
I mean, God damn, dude, $20,000 a year.
Well, I think the name Dirty Bird is good.
I like it better.
And it's unique, Sinister wasn't that unique. And I think what I want to do is I want to get a Softail and do one of your Dirty Bird kits. I've never done one.
Yeah, once you ride it, Sturgis is coming up right around the corner, man. I'll take that panhead out and go for a spin on that thing, man. You won't believe it. I mean, it's just test it out any way you can.
Okay, all right, but let's do that. Let's get the kids together and do a ride while we're there in Sturgis.
All right.
Yeah, because I'm like you. I mean, I have no agenda either, other than a few of the hamster deals that you'll be at, a few industry parties. But other than that, let's just ride.
The 14-year-old and the 33-year-old.
Yeah, you're old enough to be the 14-year-old's mother.
Is that how old you are now?
33.
33.
Got old.
Damn, no, that ain't old.
Yes,
I tell you my age. Oh my God.
We know your age, John.
Now a lot of people don't, so shut the fuck up. Hey, Sarah's will be 41. I'm happy to say her age. Let's just say there's a big age difference between her and me.
In all truthfulness, and I've told you this 1,000 times, you won the lottery with Sarah.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, no, she is. She's the best mother. I put on there the other day, dude. I usually don't put compliments on. I don't know. I've got a problem with compliment, but I put on there, hey, I probably couldn't have never got there, without her, and, just told some truth or whatever. Because, I've had a whole bunch of women before her and they were all.
Well, when you get the right one, it doesn't matter what the ages are or whatever. When you get the right one, you've got the right one, and you do.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, pal.
Richard, Ricky Gambo.
Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. Keep watching Rick's show, and it's an honor to be invited on here.
No, you're awesome, John. I appreciate it. And you have an awesome family. What is it you want to say?
Richard Ricky Gamboa said John's 62.
Oh, God.
Not that old. John's not. Yeah, you're not that old, John. I know that.
Dude, I don't brush my teeth in the sink yet. Come on.
Hey,
that ain't 62. Let me get him in. That ain't 62.
Hey, easy now. I'm 63, almost 64.
I'll just say I'm high 50s.
Hey, the last question, whenever you and Cole ride, are you going to make him wear a helmet?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you wear a helmet?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I make Dad wear a helmet.
Yeah.
I lost Jason, and I just, after that, dude, I just put the helmet on.
Good.
If he would have a helmet on that night, he'd still be around.
Right.
And I've lost other people too, and then Jesse.
Yeah.
Jesse had his helmet on though.
Right.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he did. But he had a few cocktails.
Wow.
We took his helmet and hid it. And you know how you are when you had a few drinks. You make bad decisions or whatever. So he snuck around when no one was looking. Like 20 minutes later, got his helmet and snuck off. He didn't want to Uber home and leave his bike, which, you know, we make some dumb decisions when we're drinking. So
Right.
not to do that.
Now, John, do you drink?
I drink.
But you don't drink a lot, though, if I recall.
When we're at Sturgis, you're buying.
Okay, I'll buy.
He'll
No,
buy
I don't-
the same thing that he
I'll
drinks.
have a few, but I can't remember the last time I got drunk. You know, stumbling drunk or woke up and had a hangover. I don't do that no more.
Hey, what we can do is we can all get up there and make fun of Corey Souza.
Okay. Yeah, he's listening right now, dude. He's waiting for some more shit talking.
Well,
You know,
he
people in Florida ain't got nothing to do but sweat and swat mosquitoes.
when we were at the Hampton deal, you know, when I was wearing those tie-dye overalls,
Yep.
he's wearing those old blue pants that he wears that are real loud, and he said, "Dang, Rick, I thought I was the loudest guy in the room till you walked in."
Yeah, he's awesome. Him and I have become pretty good friends over the last couple years or whatever.
Hey, he's the real deal. He's as good as you get.
He is.
And I love Courtney. You love Courtney?
Oh yeah,
I love
absolutely.
Courtney.
She's his backbone or whatever.
Yeah, no, they're awesome people. All right, pal. Thanks for coming on the show, John.
All right, thanks, you guys.
All right, see you soon.
Peace.
So that was John Shope. And John has been a friend of mine for a long time, even before, you know, he got big in the industry. And he's such a nice guy. And so sometimes he tries to be a badass, tough guy and all that. And he is a badass, tough guy.
Oh, he's a good guy.
But he is a good guy, and he's got a great family, a great wife, and 3 wonderful boys. And
They look just like him, all of them.
yeah,
Literally just like, I think
that's sad. It's sad, sad.
Oh, they're adorable.
Yeah, but he's ugly. His wife is beautiful, but John is just ugly. He's an ugly man. Anyway, I look forward to riding with him in Sturgis.
Yeah, me too. That's exciting that Colton gets to go and ride.
Yep, at 14.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so this has been the Rick and Bigun, or the Bigun Rick Show. StokersDallasMerch.com.
MERCH is how you spell merch.
Let me know who else in the industry you'd like to see, or maybe somebody that's not in the industry. You know, I mean, we just talk to people, you know, and John Shope is a great guy, so check out DirtyBirdConcepts.com.
Jimmy Holstein said, Corey Souza, hook up Shope with some of those new Flava Dickies.
Is that what they're? That's those loud ones. All right. We will see you. What's today? Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow at 1:00. Bye.